Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. I hope you're having an amazing day. We're taking a look here at Teller, seeing what's going on with TRB, and if it's going to continue this massive decline that we're seeing here. A nice, strong, short candle there for almost 8%, and that's only in the last 3 hours for this candle. So obviously we lost that support level at 0.5 on Fibonacci. Gonna see how much lower it could go. 0.618 is a common retracement area, so we might see a bounce there, but it doesn't look great. We lost our initial or more shorter term time frame ascending trend, and we're looking like we're gravitating more towards our long term ascending trend. If we lose that one, we could very well see a drop pretty consistent or more, a lot further, if you will. Okay. So if you are new to the channel, I'm not a financial advisor, just love to teach people to trade. If you want to become a better trader, cryptocash.tech is a website. Link down below. We got a cool Discord, Telegram, and Twitter. Be sure to check those out if you want to become part of our premium groups or premium plus. We took some healthy profits here recently from Lover. That was just yesterday, 82% in 2.5 days. Gala took 4-hour trade there, about 22%. That trade is still open, still looking for our second, third, and fourth target. Obviously, there's a handful of other trades too. Bitcoin, SUI, Algorand, the list goes on. We got some good stuff going on there. So super happy with those successes. The success rate there is about 95%. I do post that on our Twitter as well. It's available here. I think I posted a few days ago. I won't bother to scroll back there just yet. So what we want to look at here is Teller. What's going on here? So we'll start with the normal stuff, work our way down, and just kind of acknowledge a few things that are pretty obvious here. So we've got a lot of volume at the previous foundational setting, about $15. Okay, so $15, tons of volume. Of course, we zoom out a little bit further. We can still see a common trend here. The most amount of volume is obviously at this lower price point. So we don't have a ton of volume at the current situation, the current price action, right? So the truth is here, this previous resistance level here at about $46 turned into a support level tentatively and did not hold. Okay, so simply put, we're in a position right now where we lost that support, and now it's somewhat of a free fall because we don't have a lot of volume support. Okay, so to me, volume is one of the best indicators to kind of identify where you're at with things. So with us losing that support level, how much lower is it going to go? Well, let's go ahead and see if we can find out. First of all, with our simple moving averages, we got the 20 and the 200 and the 50. Those are my three favorite, of course. There's also a 100-day SMA you can use, but it seems to be that the 20-day is the most consistent trend setter. So if you see here, 20-day SMA worked itself upward with a trend line. It's now averaging itself out close to the bottom of the current price action. So there's still potential for us to bounce out that level here today. Okay, it's not out of the woods yet, but it's definitely not looking great, not looking pretty. So the bottom line here is that this ascending trend with these lower, the higher lows here is discontinued. Okay, so that really just invalidates the potential for a stronger push to the upside here. Could very well happen still, but it's less likely, or it's just going to take longer. That said, we take a look over here at this other ascending trend that's kind of working itself up. We've only retested this level twice. We can see the price action is moving itself up well concurrent with that. So if the price does come back down, we could very well see a bounce there and continue higher. There's a possibility of that. So we want to kind of consider that as well. Furthermore, too, we want to go ahead and take a look at a few other things here. We're up over 50 on the RSI. This is a good sign for bullish trend potential, but we haven't bounced yet. We haven't seen that level or anything. So we're going to be looking at a situation right now where the price action is hopefully going to bounce off 50 on the RSI. Okay? I hate to say hopefully because that's not how you want to trade, right? You never want to trade on a hope and a prayer, but truth is here, price is coming down. We've got 50 as on the RSI as a potential support level. That just put us close to the 0.618, 0.786 Fibonacci retracement levels. We do have if you look at the volume of the most recent past here, we do have a decent amount of volume right here in this range, roughly at about $34. I'd say our next potential bouncing point would be $34 as a better case scenario. Okay? Again, I'm not really subscribing to the thought process coins are just going to bounce really quick. Okay? So keep in mind, a lot of profits are being taken. We want to look at fair value gaps and liquidity too. We can see this larger fair value gap here if we zoom in a little bit, right there down as low as about $37. And again, that's just based on this previous candlestick that shot up really quickly and never gave it a chance to continue to, it never corrected itself. Right? Now we're starting to see that gap get filled. So a lot of folks will tend to buy near the closer to the bottom side of these gaps here. Okay, so definitely something to consider. There's a lot more reason why we should see further downside than the price just bounces up from here. Okay? Keep in mind this previous support level that was supposed to hold at $46 that did hold for roughly a day's trading. That is now a resistance level because we've broken below that. Okay, so the price does rally back up here. good chance we'll get rejected and continue to make lower lows and lower highs. 4-hour time frame as well. Let's go ahead and see if there's any indication here. This is a slightly beneficial scenario here where we see the RSI coming down below 30. It's common for the price to bounce close to 30 if it ever pulls back that far. If you look at any instance in the past, at least with this coin here, most coins will follow the same suit. You see 70 on the RSI or 30, price will typically reverse itself within a few hours. Okay? I'm not saying we're going to see a bounce here. I'm just saying that the price action being this low, it would make sense for a brief period of recovery. A lot of times what that looks like is if you do get a bounce on something like this, the price action might bounce from here to this most recent high, once again, roughly the $45, $46 range, and then reject and come down low. Okay? So if we do see a brief recovery, it's going to be a very, very short. Okay? So the simple way to describe this is that when you have RSI closer to 30, it's common to see a bounce, but it's also common to see the price go sideways and then down. So I'm leaning a little bit more towards the price correcting itself a little bit and then working its way down again. It has no real reason to want to recover or bounce off any certain levels. We're below a lot of key levels, and at this point, it's best to expect the worst and hope for the best. The last thing we want to note here too as well is instead of getting a convergence there, we had a further divergence. So I don't recommend you take a short position right now because it does feel like even though it could continue to run, it may recover. But if it does recover, it's not going to recover very strong. It'll probably reject off that $45 to $46 range. So again, not the greatest stuff here. This coin is not looking great. To me, it's something I'm going to avoid until I get confirmation that we actually hit a pretty low point. We got some sell side liquidity here at the $30 to $33 range. Okay, so I'm going to be interested in buying this coin at a long position. I'm going to wait for it to come down a lot lower in the $30 range. Okay, this is again just my speculation, the way I like to look at things personally. I don't like to, when things are overextended in either direction, until it's fully overextended, I don't like to get in. This is an overextension to the downside, but not super substantial. Okay, so again, I do think we'll see further downside, but I think it's going to recover slightly before it does that. Other than that, we can summarize here on the hourly that we are still below the cloud. It's safe to presume, I don't even have to look at it to know. We got rejected off that pretty hard, so any and all long positions right now are not really sustainable. Okay, so in other words, if you try to take a long right now, sure you could recover and hit some kind of small target. If you do take a long, ensure you have tight profit targets and small ranges with low position size and low leverage. Again, folks try to go hard on something like this. Oh, it's overextended. I'm going to do a 20x, 50x leverage trade. Worst idea ever. You can get lucky sometimes. You'll see people post these results all the time. But in truth, unless you're watching it all the time, unless you want to sit here and literally watch your trade all day long, you're going to be much better off having lower leverage. Okay? So again, please be careful trusting those who are posting 100x results. They're honestly getting lucky. They don't share with you how many liquidations they've had to get there. Okay? Please just do yourself a favor. It sucks to put $100 up or whatever, and then instantly within seconds it's gone. It's not a good feeling. Okay, take it from me. I've been trading for 20 years. I get it. And there's a reason why I'm a responsible trader, because a lot of folks trade underneath me, and I just feel a little more responsible with safer traders. So, in summary here, not looking great. Mostly bearish on all time frames. We do have potential for a slight recovery, a little relief rally. I think it's going to be short lived. And then I also think that based on volume here, we should see the price action coming down to the low $30 range if this continuation occurs. Now, again, you're probably asking yourself, well, why don't I just short until then? Yeah, you could, but why not find a better entry up here? You're going to short, right? Again, there's no guarantees, but when things are overextended like this, unless Bitcoin just say dumps right now, we shouldn't see the price go much further in the immediate future. Once again, stranger things can happen. I mean, we saw the same thing occur back here as well when it sold off pretty strong. But you got to recognize that it was trending at about 50 on the RSI before that occurred. We're already down to 30. Much further downside right now doesn't make a ton of sense, especially considering we are overextended on the hourly, and of course also the 4-hour time frame too. Okay, a lot of reasons why you're probably just better off leaving this coin alone, getting a long position in at a lower price point, or taking a short at a higher price point. Either way, I just don't like to trade coins like this when they're behaving like they are. Honestly, in truth, should have caught the short a long time ago. This wasn't on my radar at the time, but generally speaking, I know hindsight's 20/20. And I just recommend kind of steering clear. Anyways, I'll go ahead and post a play out chart for this coin. Typically I send out charts that look a lot like this here, where you can kind of just get an understanding of what I'm expecting the price action to do next. and these are all available on my Twitter, Telegram, and Discord. Okay. If you are on my Discord, keep in mind playout charts are available in here. You can kind of see those there. And of course, I also have some YouTube videos as well. Anytime I upload a video, it's all available here for you. All right. Hopefully, you found benefit here. If you did, comment below. Or even if you didn't, just let me know specifically what your thoughts are on this trade. I'd love to hear that. And obviously, if you have an inverse opinion or whatever your thoughts are, love to hear it too. There's no wrong answer. Only, I like to say, there's no stupid questions, only stupid answers. This doesn't really apply to this, but go ahead and let me know either way your thoughts. All right. Thanks again for joining me. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good rest of your day. Take care.